Hey, Grandma. I just wanted to say thank you so much for the amazing birthday present. I really liked it.
Oh, you mean it's already arrived for you?
Yeah, you sent me that really, really cute wallet, right? I just wanted to let you know that I love it. My old one was getting so worn down, so it's just perfect.
Oh, Dot, well, I'm just so glad that you like it. I spent a long time trying to pick out a good one.
Oh, so that's why the last time that you came over, you were asking me about what my favorite color was and all of that?
Oh, yes, that is correct. I tried to ask around at work about what might be the best thing to get. But then the more I thought about how much you'd be using it, the more it made sense just to ask you.
Well, I really do like it, so thank you so much again for that. But I just hope that it wasn't too expensive. I mean, it seems really, really fancy, and I guess I just feel a bit bad about getting something this nice.
Well, you are growing up and getting bigger, so sometimes it's okay for a grandma to splurge.
And you decided to splurge on me? Oh, thank you so much. You really are the best, Grandma.
Of course, the pleasure's all mine, especially since I understand that you'll be going to college next year. I just wanted you to have something nice that would be able to serve you when you started there.
Again, you just did such a great job. The wallet is really, really cute. And I promise that I'm working hard to study now so that I can get into a good school.
So then, does that mean that you already know where you're going to apply to? Or are you still trying to figure out where you think you might want to go?
Yeah, I already know where I want to go now. But my parents told me it's not going to be easy to get in. But either way, that's where I want to go.
I see. Well, knowing you, I am sure that you'll be able to do anything you set your mind to. So just know that your grandma is always there cheering you on.
Of course, and I know that that's going to mean even more studying in the future, but for now, I really think I can do this. Although, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't just a little worried about it.
Well, it sounds to me like you're setting a great goal for yourself. But the first step in achieving that is believing that you can achieve it.
You're right. I am going to do my best, but I also have my part-time job to worry about, so I'm just so busy with that, too.
Hold on a second. I didn't know that you were working as well. Shouldn't you be more focused on finishing high school and doing the college applications?
I mean, I wish that I could do all that, but I still need to be able to pay my phone bills and have some spending money for the month.
Oh, is that so? I just really think that you should be resting. You know, if you wanted to, I could pay for your phone bill until you finish applying to your schools.
You don't have to go and do something like that, Grandma. Besides, I just know that my parents would be mad if they found out. They are always telling me that I shouldn't run to you to try and solve all my problems.
But I really do want to do this for you if it will help you succeed. Besides, it's not like you come to me for everything already. Maybe I'll try and talk to Philippe.
You mean my dad? But I already told him that I'd work hard on my job and my studies. He said I had to do that if I wanted his help to go to college. And since it's a pretty nice college, I know that I'm going to need some help. So I think that's why my dad banned me from asking you for help.
I'm terribly sorry to say this, Dot, but that doesn't make one bit of sense to me. But let me try and talk to your father. I'm not sure what all the details are, but I'm sure we can work something out. And if he wants to get mad, then he can go ahead and try getting mad at me.
Thank you so much, Grandma. You really are the best. Do you know that? I really have been wanting to focus more on school and applications, so this is amazing.
Oh, sweetie, of course. It really is my pleasure to try and help you. I know that we don't live as close to each other anymore, but that just makes me want to do it all the more. And if you ever need anything or any kind of help, please don't hesitate to ask.
Hey, Mom, sorry I didn't look at my phone until now, but did you call me yesterday?
Philippe, I did not call you yesterday. I called you 2 days ago now.
Oh, really? Has it already been 2 days? Well, I'm sorry about that. Things have been crazy here. But what is it you wanted to talk to me about?
It's about Dot's part-time job. You do realize that she's about to graduate high school, right? Don't you think you should give her a break and let her focus on applying to colleges? I really think you should let her take a break from her job.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Why would I do that? I'm sure she's able to study and work at the same time.
Philippe, what are you talking about? Dot should be doing everything she can to raise her chance of getting into the school she wants. And that means that she should be focusing on graduating with good grades and writing a good application.
Well, if she wants to quit her job, then that's up to her, but I'm not going to be giving her any money. I mean, I'm not just some ATM, you know.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I'll be paying for Dot's cell phone. And I'll give her a little bit of spending money, too.
Oh, really? Well, okay, if that's what you want to do, then I don't have anything to say about it.
Well, okay then. I'm glad that you and I were able to have this little talk. Just pass all this along to Dot then and tell her not to worry about money.
Although, don't you think that you're treating your granddaughter just a little bit better than you are me?
Philippe, let's be honest with each other. You're a bit of a bum.
Hey, come on, what's that supposed to mean? I'm not a bum.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that. But that being said, don't you think you're being just a bit too strict with Dot?
Of course I'm being strict with her. Do you have any idea how expensive things have been getting lately? But of course work isn't giving me any kind of raise or anything, so that turns me into having to run the house more rigidly.
I know that, but even your daughter is working. Surely things can't be that tight.
Yes, Dot is working, but I think you can hardly say that she's earning money. But I'm sorry that we can't all live as luxuriously as you. I guess you must be having the time of your life, living off of what Dad left you after he kicked the bucket.
What are you talking about, son? You know that you got money from your father as well. But you mishandled it, and that's on you. You didn't have to be living this way.
Okay, sure, I might have done some less than smart things with the money, but still.
The point is that your daughter shouldn't be having to pay for your mistakes. So how about you start saving up money and thinking about her future a little more seriously?
I can't believe that you're really lecturing me like this after all these years. But anyways, do you think you could help paying for Dot's school?
Do you have any money saved up for her college at all, Philippe?
I had some, but then I had to pay for bills and a bunch of other things. Heck, I had to buy a new car, but I do have some money saved up for her. But I don't think I'm gonna just use it on her college tuition.
Well, I would think that a good father would have done a better job preparing for all of this.
I'm doing my best, Mom, don't you get that? Besides, I know that Dot is trying really hard, and it's not like I don't want to send her to college.
Then I guess I really don't have any other choice, do I? I would hate to crush Dot's dreams. But I suppose you asked me because you knew that I couldn't say no to this.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you got me there.
This isn't funny, Philippe. You really need to start doing better. If you keep this up, you're not only going to cause trouble for yourself, but for Dot as well. I mean, you are working like you should be, right?
Of course I'm working. Just like Dot is going to school and studying, I'm putting in my work.
Well, if you have a job and you're working hard, then be a good father and save up for your daughter.
I told you that I'm doing what I can, but it's not that easy, Mom. But I'm doing everything that I can, and now you can work for Dot too.
I really am starting to get sick of dealing with you, you know that. And if I find out that you've pulled any more of this ridiculous crap again, I am cutting you off. I already told you I would do this, but now I really will if you cause your wife and daughter any more trouble.
Okay, geez, I get it. Just please pay for Dot's school. That is, if she even gets into college.
Oh, I'm not worried about that one bit. I know that Dot is a hard-working young woman. She'll do what she sets her mind to, I just know it. Hey there, sweetie. Were you calling me just a moment ago? I'm sorry, I was still at work and I had to wait until my break to pick up.
You are the worst, Grandma! How could you do this to me?
Dot, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you could be talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Grandma! You're making me send you money and now I can't go to college?
Send me money? What in the world are you talking about? You're not sending me money.
I already know the truth, Grandma. You got scammed by someone and now you're in debt and need help to get out of it.
You think that I got scammed into losing a bunch of money? I really have no idea about any of this. And I've never once been scammed in my entire life.
Dad told me that you would pretend not to know what I was talking about. He said you didn't want anyone to know.
Dot, I'm really sorry about this, but I have no idea about any of what you're telling me. I'm not receiving money from anyone, and I certainly haven't been scammed. And just what does this have to do with you not being able to go to college? You told me the other day that you had gotten in and you were so happy.
But then you got scammed and now you don't have any more money, so that's why I'm having to send my money to you. And because of that, I can't save up anything for when I do go to college. Dad even took the money that I didn't already have saved up.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Did your dad really do that?
Yes, he did. You've ruined my future. You've ruined the rest of my life. I was working so hard, just like I had promised you, and now it's all over.
Dot, please listen to me. I am telling you that I wasn't scammed, I'm not in debt, and I'm not getting money from anyone. In fact, I'm the one who's been paying your tuition this whole time.
Wait, what? But I thought that I was paying for my school through a student loan that I would have to work off.
You mean you thought that you were going to be paying for college all by yourself?
Well, yeah, of course that's what I thought was happening.
You mean that your dad hasn't said a word to you about what he and I talked about? Hold on a second. I'm going to have to try calling him. We need to sort this out.
Hey, Mom, do you have a sec to talk? I just wanted to text you about some things that have been on my mind.
Oh, hello, son. Yes, actually, I was just thinking about reaching out to you as well.
Oh, I see, and why is that? What did you want to talk to me about?
No, you tell me what you were wanting to say to me first, please.
Well, okay, this is kind of difficult to say, but Dot had to drop out of college.
Oh, no, that's just terrible. Why would she have to go and do something like that?
The truth is that she decided that it's not for her and that she wanted to do something else with her life. But you know Dot, she can always be so flaky. So anyways, I just wanted to ask you not to talk to her for a while. I think she needs to learn the consequences of her actions. And so I just feel like if she was able to talk to you, then she wouldn't really feel like she'd done anything wrong, you know?
I see. Well, then what is going to happen to the money that I sent to send her to school?
Oh, don't worry. I'll be sure to hold on to all that. And if she wants to go to a community college or something later, then we'll use it for that.
You really think that I'm just going to let you get away with stealing all of that money just like that?
No, Mom, it really isn't like that at all. I just don't know what Dot is gonna do in the future or what she wants, but of course I'm not trying to steal.
Philippe, I am sorry, but I can't put up with this anymore. I am cutting you off. Please don't ever contact me for anything ever again. Do you understand?
Wait, what? Mom, where's this coming from all of a sudden? You can't be serious, right?
I've already heard all about how you told Dot that she wouldn't be able to go to college.
No, I didn't tell her anything. It was all Dot. She was the one who changed her mind all on her own.
Oh, really? Because that's not what she says, and she's right here with me.
Wait a second, you're telling me that Dot is at your house right now?
That's right. A house that you grew up in, but that you are no longer welcome at. And your wife is here too. She told me that she doesn't want to be with a husband who will treat her daughter this way. So it sounds like a divorce is in your future.
Wait, but I don't understand. What's going on here? This can't be happening.
What's happening is that I know you were trying to use all of this money to pay off your own debts. I heard that you owe something like $30,000. And you were really going to use your own daughter's tuition money to try and pay it.
Mom, I don't have debt. This has got to be some kind of a mistake right now, you know?
Don't you lie to me. Your wife did some digging around and showed me everything. I told you that if you pulled something like this that I wouldn't hold back, right?
Mom, please, it's not like that at all. I just used a little bit of the tuition money, that's all. I just needed a bit of money, so I took a little dip is all.
Well, if you needed more money, then you should have gone out and gotten a second job. Stealing from your family is not the correct way to go about this. And just how did you accumulate so much debt anyways? Have you been gambling again?
I thought that I could turn Dot's tuition money into a much larger sum if I won big.
I really can't believe you right now. You are such a disappointment. You took out money that you didn't have, and it accumulated interest that you couldn't pay. Why didn't you just borrow what you'd be able to pay back? Even if it took a while, you could have done it. But instead, you had to steal from Dot. I just really can't even believe that you would sink so low to do something like that.
Mom, please, I really am sorry about this, but you have to understand that I wasn't just doing this for my own sake. I really did want to try and provide for my family.
Oh, please, you were always only thinking about yourself. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a gambling addict like you would go for double or nothing with your daughter's college tuition. But now, you are no longer a part of this family. Do you understand me?
Please, you have to forgive me. I'll apologize to the girls, just please, don't do this to me. Dad is dead, so if I lose you, I'll have nothing.
And you're my only son, but I know that this is the way that it has to be. Besides, it's clear that you were much more interested in money than family to begin with.
It's not like that at all, okay? Of course I love my family, and I would hate if you all left me.
You should have thought about that before you caused all of this trouble for us. I mean, you literally even took your own daughter's hard-earned money from her job. If your family is having any financial trouble, it's clear to me that it's all your fault.
I promise that I will never ever gamble again. I won't ever cause any trouble to my precious family ever again. So please, you have to help me out here, Mom. You have to tell my wife and daughter how sorry I am. Tell them that I'll never hurt them again. I just need a little bit of help with all this debt. Surely you can understand that.
I told you that you aren't a part of this family anymore. You tried to crush your own daughter's dreams all because you have no self-control. You promised me that you wouldn't get back into gambling, but I know now that that was nothing but a lie. You made a promise, and now you've broken it.
But I really do promise that this time it's gonna be different. Please, Mom, you have to believe me. It won't happen again, I swear.
That is exactly what you told me the first time, and we know how that turned out, but I just can't forgive you again. I know that if I did, I would be putting not just my own money on the line, but I'd be putting Dot's future on the line too. There isn't going to be a next time.
I'm so sorry. I should have told you about the debt from the very start, but I didn't want you to get mad at me. And now I've gone and screwed it all up.
That's right. You did screw it all up. But it's a good thing that I found out about this before things got any worse. If Dot actually had been forced to quit college, then I would never, ever forgive you. Not that I'm going to now.
Please, Mom, I really am sorry. You have to believe me. I just need a little bit of help. Just a little money, that's all. Please don't kick me out of the family like this. You're all that I have now. Don't you get that?
I think I've made myself quite clear. Now, if you have nothing else to say for yourself, I think that we're done here. After that, Philippe's wife, Dot's mother, requested a divorce. After everything was said and done, I found out that Philippe was actually about $150,000 in debt. It was also unsurprising to learn that despite the best attempts of Dot and her mom to keep the family afloat, it was, in fact, Philippe's rampant borrowing that was making things so difficult. He even had to sell his car to earn some quick cash, and as a result had to take the bus to work every day. Because of that, he started showing up later and later and performing worse and worse at work. Finally, his bosses felt like they had no choice but to let him go. In the end, with no family to support him, Philippe was made to shoulder all of his debt by himself. As for Dot and her mother, they both moved into my house, and Dot was able to continue her studies at college. We all agreed to block Philippe and cut off any and all contact with him. I can only hope that this experience has taught him a valuable lesson that will serve him well wherever life might take him. I'm just sad that I won't be there to see if it happens.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
I can't take it anymore! You need to divorce my son right now!
Are we really going to go through this song and dance again, Diane?
Don't you talk to me like that! Do you know that it's all your fault that my poor little Eric is suffering? You need to free him from your evil grasp, you witch!
Free him? Literally, what are you even talking about?
Don't you play dumb with me. I heard all about what's going on from Eric. He told me how it's all your fault that he doesn't have any money.
I see. And did you happen to ask him just how exactly it's my fault that he doesn't have money? Although, if I'm being honest with you, I doubt that he would have given you an honest answer about that. Either way, I think that this is a problem between him and I, and it would be appreciated if you kept out of it.
You think this is some kind of marital problem between the two of you? No! It's a you problem! And just you!
Okay then, can you explain just how it's my fault that Eric doesn't have any money? Because I really don't think you're right about that.
He already told me all about what's going on. He tells me about all the shopping sprees that you've been going on that have left him penniless. He literally had to ask me for money because things were getting so bad. Honestly, how can you be so cold toward your husband when it's suffering like this?
Hold on a second. You said that I was spending all of his money? Why would I be doing that? I don't need his money. I have my own, thank you very much.
You're spending all his money because you're a selfish person who doesn't know when to say enough. Even though I agreed to start sending him money, he was worried that it still wouldn't be enough to keep up with you. He even asked me if he could have some of the money that his late father left for me. That's how bad you're making things for him.
And are you serious? Did he really ask you to start sending him money over all of this? He's 40 years old and he's still expecting his parents to pay him an allowance?
He's only having to do that because of your crazy spending. Don't you get it?
No, I don't get it because it's incorrect. I'm not using a cent of Eric's money. I can tell you that much. If he doesn't have money, it's for another reason, and it doesn't have anything to do with me.
How can you say that? If you think I'm going to just let you keep ruining my son's life, you have another thing coming. I want you to go find a job and get out of the house.
I actually do have a job, and I do get out of the house quite frequently, thank you. But there are times when I can't get out of the house as well.
And why can't you? Because you're too lazy? Because you don't want to work harder? You need to contribute more and quit spending all Eric's money.
Okay, I am going to talk to Eric and ask him to come clean to you. Clearly, you're not going to believe a word that I say. So I don't really see the point in carrying on this conversation today. Eric, you've got some explaining to do. Just why are you telling your mom that it's all my fault you don't have any money? I didn't even know that you were getting from her until today.
Wait, you didn't know that I was asking her for financial help? Well, then again, I guess that I never told you either. But it's really not that much either way.
This isn't about how much money you're getting. What I want to know is why you need that much money anyways. Don't tell me that you're still going at it.
I just have times when I need some more money, okay? It's a personal thing, and just because we're married doesn't mean that you need to know every little thing about me.
Excuse me? Did you seriously just say that? All I'm saying is that I think it's time that your mom found out that you're in debt. And you need to be the one to tell her because she isn't going to listen if it comes from me. Also, I don't appreciate you making a scapegoat and explaining your financial troubles to your mom.
Yeah. But do you really need to get so upset? I mean, it's not like this is the first time that my mom has gotten mad at you for something. So I don't really get what the big deal is.
The big deal is that you were telling your mom that I'm the one who is spending all of your money when we both know that isn't true. So don't act surprised when I get mad because you're telling lies about me.
Oh right, that reminds me. Can I borrow some money from you? I'm just a little short this month, and I only need a little bit, I promise.
Are you even reading a word that I'm saying to you?
I know, but my mom isn't giving me as much money as she used to. And I just really need to borrow some.
I'm still just shocked that you're asking your mom for money. But if you think that I'm going to give you any, then you are sorely mistaken.
You cheapskate. You're always like this to me.
Are you kidding me right now? Look, just tell your mom the truth about what's going on, okay? I don't want to have to be blamed for your problems again. Hey, are you even reading these messages anymore?
You are going to do as I say, and you are going to divorce my son. Do you understand me?
What are you talking about?
I mean that I know all about your little secret. Eric came to me and he told me everything.
And just what secret did Eric tell you about? Because I don't really have any secrets, as you say.
Oh, really? You mean you're not trying to make your husband pay down your $80,000 loan? You've really got some nerve pretending like that wasn't going on this whole time.
Excuse me? You think that I'm trying to make Eric pay off my loans that you think totaled to $80,000? And this is what Eric told you. Diane, I don't know what else to say except that Erica is lying and trying to trick you with that.
No, he's not. My son would never do that to me. He came to me to tell me all about how you were making him pay down your debt. He's already told me the whole story. So I want to hear it from you. Just why are you so intent on ruining my son?
Diane, I am telling you that you are making a mistake and that is not what's going on. Your son is lying to you about that, okay?
You're just trying to turn me against him to save your own skin. But I'm not going to be fooled. And I want you to leave him. And then I want you to leave and never come back. You're going to pay off your own loan and forget about dumping it all on my poor son. He never should have married a horrible lady like you.
I seriously don't even know what to say anymore. This is just getting ridiculous.
Just shut up and get out of my son's life, you horrible, awful woman!
You mean you're really not going to listen to a word of what I'm trying to tell you? I'll do as you say, but don't come back to me saying that I didn't warn you.
I never want to see you ever again. Do you understand me? And I want you to keep away from my poor little Eric, too. You've done more than enough to hurt him already.
Right, of course. I guess I'll just divorce him then.
That's right. I'm glad that you're finally starting to make some sense.
And I suppose you'll just have to take care of him after I leave.
What is that supposed to mean? When you divorce him, you're going to be taking all your debt with you, and then he'll finally be free of the parasite that's been at his side this whole time.
Whatever you say. I guess I'll start packing my things.
I want you out of the house by the end of the day.
Sure thing. I can do that. But I think you should know that that debt isn't mine. It's Eric's.
There you go, trying to lie your way through life again. When are you going to take responsibility for your life and grow up?
You're right. I'll do just that and leave then. I already have my signed divorce papers ready to go, actually, so it's all up to Eric to sign his portion, and then we'll proceed.
I just heard from Eric. He confirmed everything that you were saying.
So you finally come around to listen to me, huh? And you realize that I've also been helping Eric pay down his own loans?
But it can't be right. I mean, how does a loan even get that bad? How did Eric let that happen?
I tried to warn you about this, but you just wouldn't listen to me. I gave you plenty of chances to talk this out, but you were never interested.
Well, I only believe it now because Eric told me that it was right. When I told him that I kicked you out of the house, he flipped out on me. He was so angry at me, and I knew that I must have done something wrong.
Yes, I think you did too. But you didn't do anything wrong to me. Only Eric. And now, thanks to you, he doesn't have anyone like me to support him.
But I don't get it. You were making enough money for the both of you.
Well, I made just enough money for us to have a little leeway, but Eric was always borrowing from me to support his gambling habit.
His gambling habit? What do you mean by that?
You mean he didn't mention that to you at all? The debt that he said was all mine was all from his gambling addiction. Although I guess you had no idea that was happening.
You've got to be kidding me. That can't be. I refuse to believe it.
Believe it or not, it really doesn't make a difference to me at all. But know that I am telling the truth. But at least I'm finally free and I won't have any responsibility for a guy like that ever again.
But no, could it be? Are you really telling the truth?
I am sure that you must be just floored to be hearing all of this, right?
It doesn't make any sense at all.
But anyways, that means that now Eric has to pay off all that debt himself. So I'm sure he'll rope you in to help him somehow. Good luck with that, I guess. This really isn't my business anymore, though, so please don't reach out to me again. I'm finally free! This is so great! Good luck taking care of your helpless son again!
Regina, please, you have to help us.
Oh, Diane. It's been a while since I last heard from you. What is this about? Is everything all right?
I can't pay anymore. We're falling behind on the interest payments and Eric is seriously freaking out. Not only that, but he's already fallen further into debt and You have to help us.
That sounds like a tough spot. But you do remember what I told you, right?
What do you mean? What did you tell me?
I told you that Eric and I are divorced and that his debt isn't my problem anymore. So you two can figure out how to deal with it amongst yourselves. Just leave me out of it. It's way too late to try and apologize and ask for help now. I'd been thanklessly helping Eric for years, and now I never want to have to do it again.
Please, you don't have to be like this. Maybe you two could get back together and come live with me. I'm sure that you must also be in a tight spot having been kicked out of the house, right? Well, you can come back here and we can figure something out that works for everyone.
Actually, I just went out and got myself a condo after I moved out.
Oh, well then maybe Eric and I could go live there after you both get back together.
It's a pretty amazing place, I'm not gonna lie. But I have no intention of sharing it with my gambling-addicted ex-husband or his nosy mother. Like you said, I never want to see either of you again. So anyways, good luck with all of that.
How can you be so cruel? We're coming to you in a time of need. Don't you get that?
I do get that. But what I don't get is why you think you're entitled to my help after the way you treated me. I'm not just someone you can boss around and make demands of. Especially not now. As I've said, Eric and I are divorced. And I am not responsible for either of you. In fact, I'm already talking with my lawyer about getting back the money I spent on Eric.
Get the money back? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, as part of the divorce process, I am going to ask that Eric sends me money out of his paycheck every month. It's all part of the alimony process.
But I just told you that we don't have any money. Are you really going to try and squeeze us for more?
Yep. Anyways, like I said, good luck with all that. You're not that old. Maybe you should think about getting back out there and working. I'm sure Eric would appreciate it.
You're seriously telling an old woman to get back to work?
Well, it sounds to me like you two might not be able to make ends meet if you don't. Maybe you should have listened to me when you had the chance instead of throw me out of the house. Anyways, have a nice life. After that, Diane and Eric began to be served with their legal fees, and their situation only grew more dire. In order to pay me back, the judge and lawyers agreed to an amount that I was eligible to receive. Then, they gave Eric the option to buy the amount in one lump sum or to give me a portion of his paycheck every month. Eric agreed to pay me a portion of his paycheck and helped recoup some of the money that I had poured into his debt. Although, since I don't really need the money and the amount Eric sends to me every month is always so little anyways, I've decided to donate it every single time that I've received it. Not only do I not need it, I really don't even need a part of my life to come from Eric ever again. Eric was freaking out about his financial situation and even tried to get his mom to co-sign on his loans and split the responsibility. I'm sure it was not a good time for either of them. I heard later on from some mutual friends of Eric and I that him and his mom are always fighting over money and who needs to pay more. Clearly the answer is Eric, since it's his debt. But now that I'm gone, he only has his mom to take advantage of now. I wonder when she'll realize that enough is enough and kick him to the curb like I did. Although, now that she has a role in paying her son's debt, I can't see that happening anytime soon. I think that's especially given that later on, I heard that Diane did end up getting a job and that she's using her income from that and her retirement to help with the debt. She even had to sell her house, and her and Eric now live in a tiny apartment to be able to afford all their expenses. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with any of that at all, and I'm enjoying my life being single. Although it's my first time being single in several years, I am making sure that I take the time to rediscover who I am before jumping into anything too new. I want to take the time to recover after the ordeal I went through, so that I don't make the mistake that I made in choosing my last partner. I have also found that I have time to take up more hobbies, such as knitting. It's going slowly, but I'm making progress every day. It's nice learning how to sew while I stitch my life back together.